Welcome back. Let's bring you some more news and updates from the state and the city. In a case of ill treatment by the police force, a 30-year-old woman has been admitted to a district hospital after suffering heavy blows to her chest and body by a policeman who booked her for questioning. The cops had gone to the wrong address and arrested her in a case of mistaken identity. She has now complained of assault and molestation. She said she was picked up by two policemen and they took her to the Ndtv-Hindu police station. She also claims that she was sexually assaulted and is currently undergoing treatment at the Panruti General Hospital. A dump site on the old Mahabalipuram road stretch amid a cluster of homes and IT offices has been posing a major problem for people around the spot. Our reporter Krishnamurthy scoops out the reason behind it and a possible solution to it as well.
If this looks like a garbage dump to you, well, you're mistaken. This is the busy OMR stretch where there are a lot of swanky IT buildings in the vicinity. Now imagine breathing the smoke emanating from burnt garbage day in and day out. That's what about 500 residents living in the vicinity have been put through for over a month, yet nothing has been done to resolve it.
That smoke, it gets covered through the entire area as well as outside the atmosphere as well as inside the house. And because of this, already I'm being an asthma patient. I have continuous breathing problem and none of my treatment gives me relief.
எங்க பையன் மருமக எல்லாருக்கும் வந்து ரொம்ப அது தாங்க முடியல வீசிங் ட்ரபிள் வேற ஏற்கனவே இருக்கு. அதில் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி புகையெல்லாம் போடுறதுனால அவங்க மூச்சு திணறல் மூச்சு விட ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டுட்டு எப்பவும் இருமிட்டே இருக்கிறாங்க.
This piece of land became a dump site and both residents and regular commuters around this spot near Kandanchavadi battle heavy smoke from burning garbage every day.
நாங்கள் எல்லாருமே பசங்களாம் ஸ்கூல் விட்ட மாதிரி போகும்போதும் வரும்போதும் இந்த மாதிரி குப்பை எரிஞ்சிட்டே இருக்குது. பசங்களால் நடந்து கூட போக முடியல. ஆக்சிடென்ட் வேறு அதிகமாக ஆகுது இந்த சைடில் குப்பை எரிக்கிறதுனால.
The residents say their complaints to authorities to stop the dumping of waste and setting fire to it has not seen any response.
அதே மாதிரி இதுக்கு கொடுத்துருக்கோம், அதுக்கும் ஆக்ஷன் எடுக்க மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க. பஞ்சாயத்து போர்டு கொட்டிவாக்க பஞ்சாயத்து போர்ட்லேயும் கொடுத்துருக்கோம், சேர்மனுக்கு கொடுத்துருக்கோம், there is no action.
When Ndtv-Hindu contacted the Kottivakam Panchayat, its president promised he would take action.
ஓயமாரில் குப்பை கொட்டுறோம், அது வந்து குப்பை வந்து இந்த அரக் ஷாப்பில் இருக்கிறவங்க நெருப்பு தூக்கி போட்டுறாங்க, அதனால் எரியுது. ஃபயர் சர்வீஸ்னு விட்டு நாங்கள் அணைச்சிட்டோம். நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக்குள்ளே நாங்கள் தட்டி காட்டி வாட்ச்மேனை போட்டு எரியாத மாதிரி நாங்கள் பண்ணி கொடுத்துறோம்.
Well, that promise certainly addresses the worries of the affected people, but how soon will the authorities act? One has to wait and see. In Chennai with Krishnamurthy, this is Divya for Ndtv-Hindu.
Now, as India prepares to mark the anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi's assassination 63 years ago, a group of children in Chennai held a peace mela today. The children will also take part in a procession tomorrow along the Marina Beach stretch to spread the message of peace.
Peace was the message the children here expressed in many forms. With symbols and images identified with peace, they highlighted Mahatma Gandhi's ideology of non-violence.
நாங்கள் வந்து ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக பண்ணோம். நிறைய பெயிண்டிங்ஸ் இருந்தது, சாரியில் பெயிண்ட் பண்ணோம், நிறைய குளோபில் வந்து ஸ்டிச் பண்ண சொன்னாங்க, அதெல்லாம் பண்ணிகிட்ருந்தோம். அப்புறம் டான்ஸ் இருக்குது, நிறைய ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கூட சேர்ந்து ஜாலியாக என்ஜாய் பண்ணோம்.
If I see them polluting, I'll tell them to prevent it and do it some other way. Like if you're going in a car which pollutes, you can get that kind of filter in which the smoke does not come out.
The workshop was not just about the need for peace, but also about empowering the children to spread the message.
And the process is about getting young people to think about what is peace and what is violence in my life. That children feel very disempowered in their lives. It's like the government must do something, the parents must do something, the school must do something, the family must do something. But I was always focused on what can you do.
It is everyone's wish to live in a peaceful world, but that's not what we see around us now. The Peace Mela by children, let's hope, will spread the message across communities for a better world. In Chennai, Pratiksha for Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, in some news from the international quarters, call it barbaric, shocking or even unimaginable. But a sham university has had its way in tracking Indian students literally, even as there are reports of hundreds of Indian students in the US facing the prospect of deportation after the Tri-Valley University was raided and shut by US authorities. Disturbing video footage has emerged that suggests that some students have been fit with radio tags called RFID, that's radio frequency identification. This is to electronically monitor their movement and ensure they do not go underground or missing. No student has spoken out about this, nor have the authorities confirmed it, but a student committee chairperson of a representative body of Telugu Americans has said the passports of several students has been impounded and the navigation devices have been put to ensure they do not leave the area. Human rights activists are aghast that this should happen in a country like the US, that too while dealing with students whose guilt is not even proven, considering even known criminals are not treated like this. In the latest on the turmoil in Egypt, security officials say at least 35 have died in the week's unrest in the Middle Eastern country, including 10 policemen. Thousands of people have been marching to Tahrir Square in the heart of Cairo, chanting slogans saying President Mubarak must go. There are reports of protests from all over Egypt and the internet all over Egypt as well going down. Egyptian state television says the cabinet has resigned after days of anti-government protests. Meanwhile, in Suez, soldiers are on the streets after the city's police and authorities fled following Friday's violence in which the main police station was burned down. In reports from the northern Egyptian city of Alexandria, thousands of protesters are on the streets with clashes occurring between protesters and demonstrators. Well, coming your way from the tennis courts to heartbreak kids from the Australian Open, the Indian Express's dreams break down. And after Shearer, it's now the turn of dear old Stumpy to win our hearts. So what's up his sleeve this time around? Find out when we come back.